Hello, hello. How's it going? It's me, Matt from Diazable. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I did that little tune, but yeah, it's me from Matt from Diazable coming at you with another album review. And this time I'm checking out the newest Paramore album, This Is Why. And this is going to be a little bit of a surprise for some people, maybe, but this is the first ever Paramore album I've ever fully listened to. Yeah, me coming from like the punk scene, the rock scene from and whatnot, people would think I would know this band very well. But besides their biggest hit back in the day, Misery Business and that album Riot, I've never listened to Paramore. I just never was interested in it, never wanted to check them out. There was just no desire. But with doing these reviews, gotta check out stuff I didn't want to before. And I gotta say, Paramore. I see why people still mess with them all these years later. I see why they get talked about so greatly because this is a really good album. Just from what I listen to and everything. This is coming from somebody who's never listened to Paramore fully. So I think that's a big goal that they can accomplish this late in their career, that someone like me who's never listened to can get into it. So without further ado, let's get into this review. Got funky bass lines and chill percussions on this track that remind me of like a 70s pop song. Bold and tight chorus with the gang vocals and everything. Chuggy and sharp guitars on the chorus. Vocals have a nice and light feel to them. The drums on the chorus got some real nice sharpness to them. Overall, it's a very good opening track to this album. The vocalization is really good, especially with the faster tune of this track. The bass has some deep and rich feel to it. Guitars have a really simple but sharp sound to it. Her vocals sung during the part where it says turn off the news is really well. The chorus is not as catchy as the first song, but it's got a nice fire to it. And I like the nice subtle use of cowbell on this track in the background. The song really grows on you as the song progresses and it gets more and more intense. So I want to play a little clip of the news for you.
I'm safe inside, but I worry and I give money and I feel useless behind this computer.
Very funky feel to it. The opening of this song reminds me of SpongeBob for some reason. I don't know why, but the echoey and hollow guitars add a nice level of mystique to the song. Her vocal range is really good here. The lyrics are simple and very effective. And the one thing I noticed, the song is over before you know it, but in a good way where you want to play it again quickly because it's so good. The song opens up with a French monologue and everything, which is kind of cool. And I noticed that her voice was more monotone during the verses, and then it jumps up into like a high energy sound during the chorus. So there's some nice vocal pattern changes here. The bass is really groovy. The tambourine adds another layer of catchiness to the song, and it's super short and simple, but in a very effective and positive way. Low sounding bass with some upbeat drums here and some very light guitar work, which at times can be hard to hear, but overall still flows well with this track. Soft and chilly vocals. Lyrics are very strong and important, I think, here. Got some whimsical style flutes playing in the background that really help flesh this song out. So I'm going to play a little clip of Big Man, Little Dignity. I think the content of this song is really important. You got some really wonky and weird guitar playing here that is accompanied by some easy but in the pocket style drumming, dreamlike soft vocals, good chorus, and the bass is really mesmerizing on this track. The song moves along at a nice good pace and creates a sense of like importance as you listen to the song. And the second vocals really step up the song and lead it into a big and nice ending towards the end of the song. The instruments on this particular track are very hypnotic. You get some weird synths and some wind chimes on this song. And again, the bass is adding a lot of nice texture to the song. Dynamic drumming really helps this song. And when the song kicks in and they go really hard, they create a nice and fantastic sound. So I want to play a little clip of Figure 8 for you. very trippy sounds. Very mild and chilled song with how they pull back the drumming and the slow bass here. Her vocals are mixed in really well with some chill like sound effects to give it a nice sound. The vocals get to really shine on this particular track because the band have really like lowered themselves in the mix to help elevate her voice. So it sounds really good, especially in the second half of the song when things pick up and they really show off her vocals and everything. This is the first song that kind of gives me just okay vibes from the start and everything. The drums are really clear and simple here, so that's nice. But I think coming off from a slow song into another slow song kind of made this one seem a little bit less impressive, I felt. However, I do want to say it gets more exciting towards the back end of the song with the chorus being a bit more upbeat and they bring in some more alternative style guitar sounds. But overall, the song does just feel kind of okay too. You got some weird backing buzzing noise that's kind of annoying on this track a bit. Huge and large chorus, indie rock vibes with the distorted guitars and everything. Overall, I think it's just another okay song. Thoughtful, fresh, fun, relatable. These are some of the thoughts I had while listening to this new album from Paramore, This Is Why, and I understand why they've had such a long career, why people praise them so much, because they are still putting out good work this far into their career, and they're big believers, or if they know it or not, they follow this guideline pretty well. Evolve, don't change, because they could have changed their sound so much throughout their whole career, but yet it still sounds like that fun Paramore from back in the day, but they've just matured and evolved in a nice way here. And I really like that. And for this being my first full-time listen to a Paramore album, I'm thoroughly impressed with what they did here because they bring some smooth bass, light and fun drumming, quirky guitars, and very delightful vocals to create a nice and fun experience that old and new fans will like a lot all together. Most of the songs have a very catchy and likable chorus, which is really nice. That really helps hold down all the tracks and everything. And that's one thing I think I've noticed about them. They can write really catchy songs that just, you can't help but like smile and kind of like jam out to. So that's their writing ability is top notch. The production here is really good. All the instruments sound really good. Everything's layered well. And then the vocals are layered in very well when they know how to pull back the instruments and let Hayley's vocals really be the star and everything. So they found a really good balancing act with their style of music and what they want to deliver each time. The only thing I could say negatively was the last couple of songs seemed a little bit more bland and not as interesting as the rest of the album. But overall, not too big blemishes on the album overall, I think. So for my first time listening to Paramore and this new album they just put out, I would say it's a nice, strong 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on this album from Paramore. Links down below. Tell me what you thought. Let's have a discussion. I'm Matt from Diazable. Tell me what you want to hear next time. Until I see you next time, bye.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you and punctures.